Welcome to toy-polloi.
Hello and welcome to toy-polloi, and today we are taking a look at the new wave of retro collection figures from Star Wars: A New Hope that have been released by Hasbro. Now, I know here in the UK we are a little late to get this wave of figures. Those of you in the US have had this for months and months, but they have finally arrived here and I thought it was time I took a look at them. So today we are going to open this box, get all the cards out, take all the figures off the cards and review them properly. So let's get on with the video and see what they look like. Okay, so this is the latest wave of figures to arrive here in the UK. I know people in the US have had this for a while, but it's certainly taken a very long time to get here. These are 6 new figures based on characters from Star Wars: A New Hope. Walrus Man is the only one that is a recreation of an original vintage figure. All of the others are brand new sculpts. So we have Dr.Evazan, we have Han Solo in Stormtrooper outfit, Luke Skywalker as he looks in the Yavin Ceremony, Rebel Fleet Trooper and the Sandtrooper. These are produced by Hasbro, but sold under the sort of Kenner logo because they are sort of retro collection figures. The box itself, fairly sort of uninspiring. It just shows the figures on the front and a little image there of some of the characters from the movie. Really what we need to do is open this up and see what the figures look like. You get all 6 figures in this box, and currently it's on sale for about £60, so it's about £10 a figure. But yeah, let's open this up and see what the cards look like. And here they are all out of the box, and actually they look pretty good. I like the card art they've used, and they've certainly used a better quality of card. It's actually much thicker than some of the previous ones that I've reviewed, so this actually feels like a proper sort of backing card. There are a few issues though which I can see straight away, so I'll just go over those. The first one being actually that my Dr.Evazan figure is already coming off the card. You can see that the bubble is sort of peeling away, so that one is not held on particularly well, which is a little bit disappointing. And the Sandtrooper over here, there's a big crease straight up the back of it. You can see if I just sort of tilt that in the light that there's a crease mark all the way up here. So these are brand new out of the box. I've not done anything to them, and this is how this one was packaged. I've also noticed that the stickers, which are removable, which is always a good thing, have actually been applied to the cards before they've put the blisters on. So you can see here, especially on Walrus Man, that the blister is stuck over the edge of the sticker. So I think getting that sticker off would be a little bit awkward. Otherwise though, they're actually looking pretty good. I think they've lessened some of this sort of faux aging that they've put around the edge of them, so that does look a bit better. I still wish they didn't do it at all, but that's obviously something that they want to do. The figures do look pretty good. Again, a couple of sort of minor issues on them. I can see here on the Han Solo in Stormtrooper disguise that there's a few little sort of paint marks on his chest. You can see there's a little black mark there. He's also got a scuff mark on his boots. I also noticed that Luke's eyes may be a little bit sort of wonkily applied. And there's a strange thing going on with Walrus Man's hands, which we'll look at when we open it up. One of the hands is shiny and the other one is a matte finish. I'm not quite sure why that is, but overall they look pretty nice. Apart from those sort of few issues, they're pretty nice cards. It's just a shame that you get issues like that straight out of the box. I've no idea why this one is already loose, and to have a creased card when it's clearly a brand new card. It's actually only creased on the front as well, so maybe it was a sort of production issue, but yeah, that is a bit strange. The backs of the card are still just as disappointing as they always are. It just gives the names of the figures and loads of other sort of copyright information in multi-languages. I really wish they'd put a sort of decent card back on this. There are so many retro collection figures out there now. They could recreate that lovely image of them all lined up so you could sort of tick off which ones you've got, but sadly it's all copyright information, and because these are European cards you have it in multiple languages, and you also get the little leaflet stuck at the bottom of every foot of a figure, so that is a bit disappointing. But really, there's nothing you can do about that. I think those are just legal requirements. So let's get on. We'll open all of these cards and take a better look at them. And here they are all out of the packet, and as you can see already they are looking pretty good, and I have to say so far I do think they are a very nice wave of figures, and the miracle is that they are all actually able to hold their weapons, which is something a lot of the previous waves have not been able to do. So let's take a look at them individually. Let's start with Walrus Man, because here's one where you can actually compare to a vintage original. This is a vintage original Walrus Man, and this is the new reissue, and it is actually a pretty close match. The sculpt is a little bit soft, as you always get with these, because they have scanning using an original toy, and the scans do seem to lose a little bit of detail, but on this one it isn't too bad at all. There's not a lot of detail to lose. So the figure itself is pretty much the same sort of colours. I think the blue is slightly darker. He holds his weapon okay. The only differences I can really notice are on the bottom of the feet. You can see this is an original one. It just has a flat surface on the bottom. On these new ones there's a little bit of detail added and some sort of numbers and sort of copyright information. If we turn it over as well, the copyright information on the back of him has changed. The only thing that's a little bit odd on this one, it may be just this one here, not on every Walrus Man that you get, is that if we look at his hands, you can see his right hand has got a sort of matte finish to it, and his left hand has got a nice shiny sort of glossy finish to it. Just a bit odd. When we look at the original, you can see they are both a sort of shiny gloss finish. So I wonder why that has happened. It's just obviously an error in the sort of making of this figure. Not really a sort of a big issue, but it's just a bit odd that one is shiny and one isn't. The posability is exactly the same, and he moves really quite nicely, and it feels like the plastic they've used on this is better than some of the earlier retro collection figures, which were all a little bit soft and you can really sort of bend them into some strange shapes. This one is nice and firm. So I think overall Walrus Man is a pretty good figure, and definitely one that's worth getting if you don't have a vintage original. This is a figure that many people have wanted over the years, and that is the Rebel Fleet Trooper, and I actually think this sort of modern retro version of it is really rather nice. It does look like a Rebel Fleet Trooper. It's got all the details you would need. It's sort of fairly similar in this sort of styling as to one of the Han Solo outfits, but it really does look pretty good. It comes with the sort of Rebel blaster, which is a recreation of one of the vintage weapons. Yeah, I really like this one. I've seen a few people sort of say that the arms are bowed out a little bit, but actually I don't mind it on this one. It sort of works with the figure, and he's going to do everything that you need him to do in your sort of dioramas and that. The only problem is you want to get lots of these, and currently I think you can only buy these sets as a sort of complete set. So if you want to army build this one, it's going to be a bit of an issue. Maybe it would be a good idea if Hasbro and Kenner actually just released a sort of a box set of these so you could buy lots of them. That's the same actually with the Stormtroopers. A box of Stormtroopers and a box of Rebels would be absolutely fantastic. But yeah, this figure looks pretty good. Definitely one that's going to sit with the rest of my vintage collection really rather nicely. Another all-new figure is Dr.Evazan. I think this one again looks really rather nice. He's a very strange looking chap, and they've done a pretty good job with sculpting his face, not making it too realistic but making it look enough like the character that you see in the film, with his sort of one wonky eye. So you've got one eye a little bit raised up, and then the black pupil of the one on the left. I think he looks really pretty cool. There are a few little paint scuffs on this guy. You can see on his arm there's a little paint scuff there, but overall it's not too bad. He comes with two weapons, which I don't remember him having two weapons in the movie. Maybe he picks one up, and both of them do seem to fit in the hands okay. I've seen a lot of these displayed with one weapon on the ground and one in his hand, but as you can see, both of them do seem to sit in his hands pretty reasonably. Again, it's another really nice figure. I can't sort of find any faults on this one at all. Apart from that minor little scuff there on his arm, it's otherwise a really good figure. Next up we have Han Solo in Stormtrooper disguise, which is a figure lots of people have wanted for many, many years. And I have to say this one is really pretty good. He comes with two weapons, this rather sort of long blaster, a standard Stormtrooper blaster, and obviously the removable helmet. So if we take that off, you can see underneath it's a pretty good representation of Han Solo. His right arm has a bend at the elbow, which is sort of reminiscent of the very first version of Han Solo that came out, which also had a sort of a bent right arm. And overall it is a very nice figure. This one does have a few little scuff marks on it, or little paint rubs, which I'll try and remove in a minute. You can see there's one there on his chest, and we've also got one on the boot. Now there have been a few sort of fan versions of this figure over the years. Let me bring one of those in. This one is based on the Luke Skywalker body with just a Han Solo head added on top of it, but you can see the difference between the sort of sculpt on the helmet. So this is based on the original one that was produced back in 1983, and this new one, as you can see, it looks a whole lot better. It's got a lot more definition to it, and it is pretty much the right shape. And actually this does fit on the sort of vintage version of the figure. You can see that looks pretty cool as well. So if you've got a vintage figure without the helmet, you could grab one of these and fit it on. So let's try and deal with the slight little paint rubs that we have on this figure. It should be easy to remove them, I'm hoping. If I take the guns out of his hand here, I've got some lighter fluid off to one side and a tissue. I'm hoping that if I just put a little bit of lighter fluid on the corner of that, we should be able to rub and remove these little scuff marks. Oh yeah, and you can see that one has come off there. The noise you're hearing in the background is other figures falling over. Let me try and get the one off of his boot as well. Yeah, that has removed as well. So if you do have any marks on the white, A little bit of lighter fluid is probably all you need to clean those up. And now you can see that figure looks really nice. Sometimes these figures do get a bit sort of scuffed. I'm guessing they make lots of them. Just chuck them into a pot, and then when they're sort of actually putting them on the cars, they get sort of pulled out of those pots and tubs. So they probably get marks from other bits of black paint and stuff from other figures rubbing on them. The guns do hold in reasonably well into the hands. That left hand is a little bit looser, so the gun does have a little bit of a tendency to fall out, but not as bad as on the original version of the Stormtrooper. This is the Retro Wave sort of 1 Stormtrooper. This guy still won't hold a gun. He's always been a bit sort of loose and floppy. I did sort of redo the hands on this in hot water, but it's just almost impossible to get these guns to stay in place. So at least on this new one, they do actually stay in his hands. Now we come on to another much wanted figure, and that is a Sandtrooper. So this is the sort of Tatooine version of a Stormtrooper. It has the extra pauldron over his shoulder, the pack on his back. We've got an extra bit of detail on his arm here, and he comes with a different gun. The gun on this one is a bit awkward. It's a bit long, and it does tend to fall out of his hands fairly easily. I think we can put it into his right hand a bit better, but I put it into his left hand because his left hand has a slight angle to it. I thought it might look better in that one. Again, this is a really nice figure. A few years back, I actually made sort of pauldron versions of Stormtroopers just using bits of vinyl, but this is a much better way of doing it. This is all sculpted in. The head is actually a separate piece, but they haven't made it so you can rotate it around. It's sort of glued in place, but you can see that it is a separate piece on there, and that may be a modification that I could come back to. I reckon you could probably cut that head off, and a bit of Lego, we could probably get that head moving. But it is a very nice figure. There's not a lot you can do wrong with the Stormtrooper. They're just such a sort of iconic looking character. There are again a few sort of paint rubs and paint marks on his legs, so let's try that trick again. I've got my lighter fluid and I've still got the tissue here, so let's put a bit of lighter fluid on there and see if we can remove some of those marks on his leg. Yeah, they do come off as well. It's a problem, I'm guessing, with these white plastic figures. They just mark very easily, so lighter fluid will clean it up. But yeah, that is a really nice figure, and again, it's one that you'd want to army build, so maybe another figure that Hasbro could produce in sort of multi-packs. It would be great if you could get a few of these, maybe with just some different weapons, but otherwise, yeah, a very nice figure. And finally, we come on to the Yavin version of Luke Skywalker, who comes with a medal and Princess Leia's gun. And I'm going to say this is the most disappointing one of the lot. The head sculpt is okay, but the eyes just look off. They've been printed on this one off to one side, so he's looking sort of like he's looking to the right there. But even on the other ones that I've seen, they just don't look great. And then we come down to his legs, which are sort of really bowed and knock-kneed. You can see that the knees have been pushed in together. And in fact, on this one, it means that the feet aren't flat. So when you stand him on the ground, he's sort of leaning off to one side, because the feet, you can see you can sort of rock him back and forwards. I just don't think it's a great looking figure. It's let down by these sort of quality issues. That sculpt is probably okay, but I just think the way it's been produced means that it's got this bow to it. So we may be able to fix that, and I'm going to try in a minute just using some hot water. Maybe we can sort of bend these legs out and bend his feet back in. The rest of the body is actually all right. You know, it's got a nice amount of detail in it, and you can see the sort of the sculpt on the jacket. It does look like the jacket he wears at the Yavin Ceremony, and it may be that I can actually boil and pop the head on this and replace it with another one to make it look that little bit better. But this is just the sort of weakest figure in the lot for me. It's a shame that it has these sort of leg issues, but should we try and fix it? Might as well. I'll go and boil the kettle and see if we can actually sort of reshape these legs and try and get those knees to bend outwards and the feet again to bend inwards, because it just doesn't look quite right. So I've got some just boiled water here. Let's put his legs in. We'll warm those up and see if we can reshape them, make them look a bit better. Okay, that's been about 30 seconds. Let's see what we can do. Certainly much softer. So I'm going to just put my finger between there and I'll bend them like that. And we'll let it cool down, and hopefully that will make the legs look a whole lot better. And there we go, that's the legs reset, and it certainly has made a big difference. You can see that his feet are actually level now, so when he stands up he's no longer rocking side to side. Yeah, I think that really does improve that figure. So if only the head was a little bit better, that would actually be a pretty nice figure. So there we go, that is it for my review of this new wave of retro collection figures. Overall, I think they are really good. This is a very strong wave. The weakest figure in this lot is definitely the Yavin version of Luke Skywalker. It can be improved, as you can see. The legs do look a lot better once you've sort of boiled them a bit and reshaped them, but I just find the face a little bit disappointing. The plastic used on these figures is also a great improvement on the plastic that they used on the first couple of waves, all of those figures felt very soft and bendy. These ones are much firmer and they do feel a lot more like the original vintage figures that Kenner produced. So overall, I have to say it's a very good wave. I do hope that they start to release some of these separately as well, rather than just all in a big 6-pack, because it would be nice, as I say, to get a few more Rebel Fleet Troopers and also a few more Sandtroopers. So hopefully those will be released separately, but with Kenner and Hasbro, you really never know. Sometimes once these waves are out, that's it, that's all you can get. So if you want to grab multiples of these, you have to buy multiples of the sets, which is a little bit on the annoying side. But overall, I have to say this is one of the better waves that they have produced. I just wish they'd done a little bit more work on that Luke Skywalker. Hopefully you have enjoyed this video. If you have, then make sure to hit the subscribe button and tap the bell to be notified each time I upload a new video. And if you've really enjoyed it and want to help me out here at toy-polloi, then why not think about becoming a patron of the channel. You get early access to all of my restoration videos, plus access to an exclusive video series called On the Cutting Mat, where I show projects and restorations that you won't see anywhere else. So have a think about that, and thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching Toy-Polloi. Subscribe for more great videos.